All right, shalom, shalom, Elder Boaz here. Well, I know I haven't been doing a lot of videos, just been extremely busy around the land and, just getting this business up and running. I'll be talking about that in another video. But the purpose of this video is to, again, talk about wood. As everybody knows, I've been focused pretty much on wood for the past month. And we're in the season now where it's time to burn some wood in a wood stove, and this is what the back porch looks like. I mean, I know it's just managed chaos, but the idea is that burning wood is a science, and this is something that it takes time and skill and effort to learn how to cut down a tree, to learn how to select your different kinds of wood to burn, to understand dry wood versus non-dry wood, and what's good to burn and what's not good to burn. So let me just walk through this. As you see, this is the latest pile of wood that I've gotten, and that is all white oak, hickory, and red oak. And then I have all of this wood, if you see, going down. This is just a stack, which is about a cord on the back porch, but all of this wood, that equates to about, I would say, about 200 feet of wood, about 25 to 28 cords of wood, and I'm still in the process of shagging up as much wood as possible. There's a lot of trees in the back of here that needs to get cut down, but in addition to that, the team that I've been working with to cut down some trees for some forest clearing that's not too far from the land here. I've gotten a tremendous amount of wood from them as well. Now, I know a lot of people say, you have to burn wood that has been dried, and that is true, and that's why I prepared from last year. If you notice at the beginning of my wood burning or a tree chopping down videos, there was a couple of trees that I had cut down the previous fall and that just been laying on the floor, and then I went back there, cut it up, chopped it up. This is another pile right here that I'll be able to process, but I do have some dried wood, and about 2 cords of wood is dry, and I can mix that dry wood with the newer wood or the greener wood that I have. But there's certain wood like white oak that'll still burn good, red oak, birch that'll burn real well, even if it's recently been cut down. But the idea is that you gotta have a hot fire going. So as you see here, I'm just going to walk through the type of woods that I've gotten. This is a lot of white oak, and this is from the ends of the tree, and this will burn real well as well. And the treetops that they're cutting down, I mean, it's just a ton of wood, and as you see, all of this is just ends to treetops, and this stuff could just be cut up in sections and go right in, and this will work very well with 2 of the other wood stoves that we have here on the land to heat up the homes for the saints. And I'm estimating by fall I'll have 4 wood burning stoves, or by probably February, March of next year, I'll have 4 wood burning stoves going at any time. So the idea is that we're constantly in the process of ramping up and acquiring as much firewood as possible, because it's just not going to go bad. In the wintertime, we spend a lot of time with our rainwater catchment, and what we do with that water is we use that water to wash dishes. We use that water to wash in, as well as just do just basic cleaning around the house. And that's good because we can put that water right on the wood burning stove, get it to a boiling point, and use it for those purposes, cleaning, and as well just sanitizing the water, getting any bacteria, anything that may be in it. Because when you bring water to a boil like that, it just kills out any of that stuff. So one of the things that I had to do as well is purchase a brand new chainsaw. And the purpose of this chainsaw, I mean, this is a very good chainsaw. The old chainsaw, I mean, Pastor purchased that chainsaw for me back in 2015, and it's amazing. We've been out here going on 4 years now, and that chainsaw did me very well. So what I did is I went ahead and pawned the old chainsaw, took the money and added some funds to it, and got a new chainsaw. And as well, I got this snazzy chainsaw chain sharpener, also by Stihl, and it does an excellent job. And not at all times you're going to use a certain type of chainsaw to cut firewood. This is another chainsaw that I use frequently to cut up wood like this. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll even cut it right on the back porch. Get the excess sawdust and excess wood and use it also in the compost and toilet. So nothing pretty much goes to waste. Now let's go over to some more tools. This is a trimmer to cut down little pieces of wood like this to start off your wood stove. To start off the fire in your wood stove. These are little blocks that I've gotten over the past year off of construction sites, and I'm able to use that to start kindling. Start is kindling as well, bark that's dried out. And so what we do is we go ahead and we select the smaller stuff. This is again, another good piece of wood. Now, this is rotted wood, but it's dried, and it makes for excellent kindling as well to start off on your fire. Then we move up from there. Then we burn these tree end tops, and this also makes excellent firewood. Now, you see, I have a large stack of this on the back porch. And all of this is good and dry and stacked, and it is just ready to go. And like I said, we'll be processing that stack over there. We'll be putting 2 more stacks over there for another cord. Will go right there on those 2 pallets. And then I have 8 more pallets, or 8 or 10 more pallets that I'll put on the other side of the land to provide wood heat for those other 2 cabins. I'm in the process of ordering a smaller wood stove for one of the smaller cabins, and when that stove gets in, I'll swap that out and do a video tutorial on that. I've been spending a lot of time on YouTube just looking and researching the different types of wood burning stoves that you can use in smaller areas, and I've seen them ranging from $1,000 already to $150. And so, this is just about being prepared, not only for this season, but for many seasons to come. I'm confident that we have a sufficient amount of wood to ensure that, we have enough to burn for at least 2 to 3 seasons. And the idea is to always be getting wood, always be stacking wood. I mean, I can stack wood in the greenhouse as well. I'll be putting some wood in there. To keep that dry, and probably once a week or once every other week we'll go out and find a good tree to cut down and stack that. But it's just all about being prepared, and you definitely need the right tools in order to get that done. I mean, this is another it's all broke up, but this is another electric chainsaw that I use for those smaller cuts as well. It's just a Harbor Freight chainsaw. I mean, I took it apart. There's nothing wrong with it. But that's another chainsaw that I use. So not all times am I using the gas chainsaw, but I'm also using the electric chainsaw. As you see, nothing is going to waste. I'm attempting to use the bark, everything to be as efficient as possible. So the name of the game is to ensure that, you have enough wood, because it's better to have more wood than not enough wood, and then, you're running out. And as long as you get that fire to be burning real massively hot, I mean, you don't have to worry about whether the wood is green or not. But in as well, you have to worry about, and be concerned with making sure that you get up on top of the roof. I bought a brand new ladder. It's a 20-foot ladder, not only to do construction, but also do things like get up on the roof. And we've cleaned out the wood chimney. We put on new brick. We put on new sealant around the wood stove, so it's nice and sealed tight. And I have plenty supplies of that. So everything that I've basically been using, I didn't have to go out to the store to purchase. I already had a couple of gasket seals already put back for all of the wood stoves. Extra wood stove pipes, just in case there is a problem with one of the elbows. What else? Chimney sweep. What else? That's a good thing to have. Creosote cleaner. You want to constantly be checking the pipes to ensure that there is not creosote built up in your wood stove. I mean, these are all critical things that you have to take into consideration to ensure that you're burning your wood stove as efficiently and safely as possible. And I would also suggest to go and watch other YouTubers' videos in terms of wood stoves. I mean, one of the things that I learned was that, instead of putting a fan next to the wood stove, put the fan on the opposite side of the house. So instead of blowing heat into the cooler areas of the house, you take the cool air, which is at the bottom of the floor, and you push that towards the area of the house that is warmer, and that gives you the better circulation because it's easier to move cooler air than it is hotter air. So again, it's all about efficiency. It's all about preparedness. And these things, it takes resources, but it takes the willingness to get out there and work. This was a lot of work. A lot of work to get this amount of wood in such a short period of time. I mean, that right there, that stack right there has to be at least 3 cords of wood. I mean, that took 4 truckloads going back and forth, dumping all of that stuff to get that stuff here. So, there's definitely a science to it. I would suggest that anybody that is planning on heating your home with wood, watch the entire video, watch other videos. This is something that needs to be learned over time, but you can definitely learn from other people's experiences as opposed to trying reinventing the wheel. So with that being said, I'll do another video of the wood stove inside, but it's all about being prepared. It's all about, ensuring that you have what you need in terms of the different types of tools, the different types of wood, when to burn it, the softer woods, the harder woods, what to do with the excess. It's about, again, I can't express it enough, efficiency and utilization. But I'm gonna go ahead and check on my wood stove, and it's raining, so ain't nothing that I can do today in terms of outside. So it's about just being as productive as possible. But with days like this, I like to relax a little bit more. But I will keep you posted. All right, shalom.